Hello guys, welcome back. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you how to connect uh, your Java application with a database with the help of Hibernate. So Hibernate basically it is a frame which connect our Java application with the database without creating a object without creating the table. So basically what happened with JDBC. So JDBC we have to create the create the table in the database. So first we have to create the table with with the columns and many things we have to create. So with the help of Hibernate, we do not need to create the table in a database. Custom Hibernate will give us. As you can see, we have to create table manually, and lot of code is we have to write. So to connect with a to connect a database to connect with a database with the help of Hibernate, we need these three things, and as you can see, we need a Java class. Basically, we need a Java class. So let's create a Java class. It is also called form file, plain object model. And so let me create employee form file. So as you can see, it is my database, and there's only one table in it, that is student. So now I'm creating the employee table. So form file is basically nothing. It's a private variable with its getter and setter. So I think let's take id and private string name, private string address is there. So with a variable and with a its getter and setter, public getter and setter. So this is our form file. Actually, this whole class is our form file. So form file we created. Then we need a class name. Here our class name is employees. So create a employee hpm.xml in which we will add our property of a form file. So employee dot hpm dot xml, basically it is a mapping file. So when you are creating Hibernate mapping, in this we create a Hibernate mapping. So first mapping, then class name is equal to tutorials dot java dot class name employee. This is by this you can find this that given a correct class path. By in Mac you have to press command and just hover a cursor in this, and it will give a link. And in Windows just a control, and, uh, and by this you can see this class. So and its ID to like id, because we took id name and address. So id we have to take property name is equal to name property is there, and property name is equal to address is there. So basically we have to do these two three things. So for id is let me take id name is equal to id, and here let me take a generator class. Generator is basically a class uh, uh, which will increment our id. We do not have to pass it manually. So generator class, and let me take assign. So so it's also done, and then we have to hibernate dot configuration. Then we need to do some hibernate configuration. So do some create a file hibernate.cfg.xml, and we have to create the hibernate configuration. Hibernate configuration we have to create, and session factory. In this we have to provide some useful property for hibernate, like url, password, username, password, and driver name. So these four with along with HBM2 DDL and dialect. So it's a basically a URL of your database for MySQL. It's JDBC MySQL or localhost 3306 ITS DB. Basically, it's your database schema name, and 3306, and username, default username is root, and password is also root. So driver name is com dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver, and hbm2ttl dot auto. It will create this command will create the table in a database. Only this command will, and here 2 3 will use create update, create drop, and validate. These four values we can pass here. And dialect is which database you are using. Like if you are using database of Oracle, then you have to provide Oracle dialect, and if you are using MySQL, then you have to provide SQL. Where you will get it, you will get it from org dot net dot dialect, and or my one thing you have to consider in your mind that it is a case sensitive. So provide this name, this, and driver name, driver, I think driver class is there. Driver class. So to save a lot of time of yours, I will let me copy it. I think one more thing I want to tell you guys, the very important thing about Hibernate is whenever you are creating HVM or a configuration file, then you have to add DTD. So basically DTD is nothing but the Hibernate XML file configuration. So basically it is a configuration for XML to Hibernate to come to know that it's a XML file and it contains its some properties. So this is a mapping file, so it have the class properties like name, ID, and all. And this is a configuration file. Then it will tell the which database you have to use, and you have to create, update, or validate your table driver name and many things, and it will tell. So the question is, if you want to add this file, then where you will find it. So just go to the Hibernate, and you will find common annotation is not there. Core, Hibernate core. I think there is one file, Hibernate core, in which you can find. You can also find it in SQL dot bean dot xml info. I will provide this link in the description, so copy it from there. So but you can if you having the Hibernate core file, then you can add it from hibernate.xml, where there you will find hibernate dtd, and copy the where it's 36 to 38 lines, line number 36 to 37. So copy it from there. Okay, leave. I will tell you in my later videos. So copy this, Hibernate mapping configuration file. I will copy it from here to save you a lot of time. See, the property name is hpm2 dot and the value is there. Dialect is MySQL dialect. Connection driver is MySQL driver, and its URL, its username and password. And one thing you have to add here is mapping resources. Mapping resources, the mapping resources file, and this is here. So provide this name as employee.h. And after that you have to create a main file, employee main. Here you have to configure your configuration. You have to configure your XML file. You and you have to configure CFG. CFG.conf. Okay. CFG.configure and put the configuration file name hibernate.cfg xml. Then create a session factory. Factory is equal to cfg. First you have to build section factory, then you have to open section session is equal to, then you have to open the factory object and after that your transaction object is equal to session. You have to begin the session and you create your class object and set your name, address, and so ID will get it from here because we call the generator class and his name and this address we are setting it with our own. Then t dot, first you have to persist in, you have to add it here. Then t is commit is for you are committing it in the database, you are adding it in a database. Then at last you have to close your session dot. And at last as you can see, we are not creating the table in a database, we are directly providing it in the create. That Hibernate will do it for us. It will create our object, create our class. Then let's clean this. I think let's clean our project and after cleaning run this. I think let's run this. So now as you can see that it's working here and I did a small change and that is increment. It will always increment. Suppose we are adding one more object in this table and it is e1. even and Yahoo and UK and P this and you have to do only one change here. Instead of create, update it, and after that just run it, and as you can see it will definitely work. And but for update to do any changes you have to do update there. So let's excellent work, and as you can see refresh it, I think it will work. As you can see Google one and Yahoo. So as you can see it's working fine. So if you have any query and anything about this, then you can directly do comment, and I will definitely help you. Thank you so much for watching.